Oh, morning guys, morning everyone, Tonk here. Another day, well, yeah, another day, another project. This time I've bought my old 5-minute tinny trailer up here. There's my tinny over there. I took her off to the boat trailer yesterday. Sat her on them tyres. And I'm just waiting for a call from the Tyre wreckers. There's the old girl. Next year she's 20-year-old, the old motor. Yeah, I might have to shout myself a new one day. Anyway, I got her off on the trailer. It's got her sitting up on 265 16 265 17 16 265 17 75, sorry, 75 65 by 70. Oh god, I got that all confused. Anyway, 265 75 16s. I think that's what they are. The same as on the cruiser anyway. They're the same wheels, so it's all interchangeables, bearings. Anyway, you know all about it. Anyway, I just had to shift this U-bolt here. See it there? Going to shift that back a bit. I'm going to weld this in here to the frame, straight across. Then I'm going to mount. I haven't got it here. I've got to go to the wreckers and get it. It's a same winch and chain that holds the spare tyre on an 80, and then I'm going to have it facing this way, about here somewhere. I've got about 85 across through there, or about a metre something, so I've got plenty of room, and I'll just offset it a bit, and I'll pull it up, just offset the trailer dropping off the dirt roads on the left hand side, put a bit of weight on this side, and hopefully that's 75 by 50 by 3mm steel, and I'll gusset the ends onto the trailer, and I might just drill a small hole in the middle where the chain drops through, and then I'll winch that spare tyre up underneath the trailer. Then about here somewhere, I think I'm going to mount the spare spring. I'll just go and get it and show you what I mean. I'll just put that there. I'll carry the spring around. This is the spring. My mate Murray Musling gave it to me. It's a HJ75 front spring, and with the typical Toyota, it's got the military wrap second leaf. That's what I reckon you got to do that to all trailers, even if they're slipper. You get that second leaf wrapped around the first leaf, and makes them very safe. Well, it's called military wrap. Well, they do it. So yeah, so I want to put that spring, buy a couple of high tensile bolts, bolt them, and put it in just there, and it hangs underneath the boat where I can get at it. Touch wood, I've never done a spring. Those springs have got to be. My mate and I built this trailer, Greg Ryan. I built that axle, and no, Greg might have built that one actually, or I helped him. Oh, I forget now, but it was built about 1991. Yeah, 91 or 96. I can't remember now. 91, I think. Yeah, one of them dates. Bloody long time ago anyway. It's never had a spare set of spare springs in it, I don't think. Never done a spring leaf, touch wood or anything. But anyway, yeah, because it's all Toyota running gear. But I just want to put that in there. I'm just waiting, like I said, for the Croy wreckers. I'm just going to cut this off here. I'll sit you on the bucket here. I'm just going to cut that bit of steel off and weld it onto this piece over here. Weld him in there. If the rain lets me. Then I might just have to grind him down a little bit to make him fit. I've already marked that around with my square. Went round that bit of pipe with that square, right round that bit of box. So now, as long as I cut that square through there, I should be right. Got my boots on today. Too lazy to put them on the other day. Oh, she's going to be a little bit wild. I'll let her. Okay. Now, hopefully one of these ends is square. Oh, sexual. Okay. Put him up there. Put him up there. Hopefully he stays there. Hey, a bit tropical, your mother. Now, I probably should deep V that in there to make that well better, but I'm lazy. Should be good. Anyway, you get the idea. I'm just going to turn this off because it's getting warm. I've got to weld that on there, and then I'll just see. I won't be able to finish it because I've got to wait for the winch to come and drill the hole and weld it on before I put it in there. I'm hoping that it'll sit just here off. Oh, probably perfect where that board is, where it's going to sit. As you can see with the boat, but the boat sort of swings around here a bit. It might hit it. I don't know what I'm doing yet. Hopefully I can keep it down a bit. Keep it down a fair bit, so it's because the rollers only come on that when it's coming up, but that makes it see a bit lower till it gets onto that one. All right, I'll get the welder and weld that up. All right, I'll give that a bit of weld up now. I've gone around and what I've done, and I've spotted every corner so it won't move. Now I can lay the fat into a bit. Oh, burn a bloody hole in it. Bugger. Never had that before, a bit might be a bit hot. Well, that hole in now. Bugger. Just had a bit too good. Rod and I'll let it turn her up. Just a bit again. Oh, she's not liking a bit of rust. A bit more power. Well, maybe you got 3 mil, you can just pour the fat into it. Just using what I've got laying around in the shed, so it might be a little bit rusty. Alright, get the chip hammer. I must have just been, must be a little bit, might only be 2.5 mil, I don't know. Anyway, you get the idea. I've got to weld that up. See how I burnt holes in it? I'm just going to spot that up until it's welded. And then I'll see if she's the right length in there, and I might just spot her in there a couple of spots. I've just really got to get this winch. So I'm just starting to wonder whether that's going to be strong enough now. Yeah. Bugger. I'll see what happens. Alright, I'll finish welding this up. Catch us in a minute. Back again. Okay, I got to weld this nut. I mean that bolt. I just went down to KJ's at Noosa. It cost me $15 for those 2 high tensile bolts. You can see the spring down there. And I weld that one on there, one over there, and the spring will just hang in there. He's hoping she fits. Galvo, it's not the best stuff to weld. Terrible, in fact. Oh, she's welding. See the smoke coming off the galvo. Taking a bit steady in case I burn a hole in it. run her along there again. Make sure she's good. Oh, she's pretty good, but I think she's welded on there. Yeah, I don't think that's going to go anywhere. Bit of fire. Put my flat mask down so I don't get a bit of slag in the eye again. Learnt my lesson, I think. Not the world's best weld, but that was just a filler one over the top again. Okay. Disconnect that, make sure it's not too hot. Pull this over out the road here. Turn this off because I'm just going to cool that off. Yeah, one piece of the puzzle solved. The spring in there. Welded them high tensile grade 8 bolts on, double locking nuts, big washer on each end. Across that bloody 50x50 bit of 3mm box across there. I think it's 50x50, might be 40x40, I'm not sure. Whatever they put in them, these trailers. Seems to be sitting there pretty good. It's just up there at the road, and I can just slide it straight off. Give her a bit of a hit with sump oil. Now I just got to, went and got this thing. I've got to knock this, knock that open there and pull that chain out of there and wind it through. Then I've got to get this bit here and work out where it's got to go and drill a hole through it so the chain can drop straight through, and I'll just spot weld 2 or 3 or 4 spot weld, hole that on top of the, and that'll sit up in here. Hopefully just sit up in there, out under there, just out of the road, and then the chain can go through and I can access it through the back here. Hopefully. If the motor's in the road it might be a pain in the bum, but I'll just work around those things. But yeah, I had to cut a couple of lugs off up in here just so the tyre comes up. If the tyre comes in, I probably should have left them on there, but those pins are welded in anyway. All my pins are welded, and then the axis is cut off the bottom so they don't drag too much. Same as up there, they're all cut off and welded in once it's in position for the boat. Then they don't move then, otherwise if you just rely on those bolts to drive out the bloody wall on corrugated roads, they just keep coming loose. Okay, I just got to put this beam in and work out where I want it. Oh no, I've got to drill this hole. I think if I have a 20mm hole, I have to measure that and see what that is. I might have to put a bit bigger hole. She might be about 18mm, that chain link. So if I got a 25mm hole and routed it a bit, I'll see how it goes. If it's dropping straight in, it might be fine. How does it work? It sits up like that, does it? No, it hangs underneath. And I want it to go that way. Oh, it's not designed for that. What a bugger. Yeah, I've got to rethink this. It goes like that. The chain hangs down. Bugger. Yeah, I've got to get that up so I can get at it, otherwise I can't. The tyre covers it. Yeah, I wasn't thinking there. I was thinking I could just flip that upside down. Does that operate the other way? Can I turn it up, pull it apart and flip it upside down? Oh, bugger. That's upset me day. Oh well, leave it with me, I'll keep working on it. Okay, a little bit further along, I've got the winch in. I'm just going to hook it up and see if it lines up and see if it misses things before I weld her in too hard. Then I'm going to come off that one with a bit of steel into there and brace that into the corners as well. That 3x2 box stand up like that by 3mm, that's pretty strong. I may have to weld a little bit of flat just underneath here where the tyre sits. She might wobble a bit, but I'll see. She's coming along good. She's gonna miss. And she comes up, so she's oh yeah, I had about 4 different goes at this. I actually put a little bit of plate up each side of that and strengthened it and welded it fully up and around it. Kept spraying it water so I didn't bugger up the internals of it. Oh, she's a rough old trail like all my gear, but I've taken her some places and she just laughs at them. She farts in their general direction, that's what she says. Get out of my way. Alright, I've got to do a vertical up there and a vertical up there, and then I've got to come underneath. I'm not looking forward to any of them because the bloody galvo spits all over you. Then I've got to do a vertical up on the back. I'm happy that she's got a few holes drilled in there, a little bit of oil in her. Alright, I'll just put this somewhere and I'll wind this tyre. Now this is, I haven't, you're seeing it the same as me. I haven't tried it yet. This is the first stuff up. The winch is working, that's a start. I got it off the Croy Rex Sasami, so it's taken a little while. I had to get a spanner. I can't remember what size, I think it's 22, 19 maybe. I think it is. Oh, sexual. Oh yeah, come on mate. Up you go. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to run another little bit of box beside it, out off it a little bit, just to give it a bit more for the tyre to hit on. It's not quite, it's not gonna, oh well, that's why I wonder, that's why it's all called trial and error. And she swings in there, that's the main thing, see, she's just got to swing in there, over that way a bit. I might put a bit of steel just here beside these two, because I need a little bit of room just here for me. Oh, I've got to be able to get in there and get the there, she went that way a bit better. I could have come this way heaps with it, and over this way out the road. Oh well, but she fits. Well, let's have a look, see what's, that's sort of sitting there, and is she higher than the axle? Oh, she's going to be about the same, not quite as high as the axle. I could have went up a bit higher, would have been better. Anyway, that's not too bad. I don't think she'll scrape, and if I put the valve up, she won't knock the valve off. This is just sort of she might be a pain there. Can always take it off if it gets into a rough spot. But yeah, she's not too bad. I might actually, like I said, might have to put a couple of little cross members coming out off it just to hold her. I could have took it a bit further forward too. What a shame. Could have went further forward by 3 inches. I measured it and allowed, and I could cut them off and go forward. Oh no, it can sit there. I'll just work on it. It's got a little bit of movement. Like I said, she's got to have another bit of box or something in there just so she welded in here, I reckon. Just weld it in there up each side just to give her something to sit up against flat. She'll wiggle around there for a bit. Yes. I could have come up and up there onto that one, and still would have been better. Lifted it up between the two. Yeah, that's what a shame. That would have been better. Oh look, she's nearly level with the axle. But back here, she's got the angle of departure. Oh well. Shite happens. I'll let her down and keep welding. Or do I cut it out now and bring it up higher while I can? Just nick that along there with the little buddy grinder, and she just lift up, and I'd weld her to this one and the bottom one and move her forward a bit more. Move her forward bloody 2 inches. I could take her out and plate the end with a bit of 1/4 inch plate, and then that would be easier, better to weld to up onto that. I'll see. Tomorrow's another day. I've just about had enough for today. She might just sit there till tomorrow. I don't know what time it is. All right, catch us tomorrow. Getting closer. Oh, she's dark in here. Morning, everyone. Today I just got to, well, today I haven't got to, I'm just going to, just to make sure. I'm going to take the tyre off, take that out, and then I'm going to hook onto the boat trailer and put it, load the boat back on, just on this front bit here, to see whether it's going to hit this bar and everything like that. So then I can either see whether I can raise it a bit or just leave it where it is. So yeah, that's what I'll do. There's no point not doing it and not checking it. And I might even later on, I don't know, but I might weld a block in here and lift these up another 40 or 50 mil. But they do sit there nicely on that, up against that spring, which locks them in tight. Hey, they sit there so lovely and tight. And that thing there's, I don't know, up on this, can't really see, but looks higher than the axle anyway. So it'd be nice if I did lift it a bit, but then you got all the shocks and towers and all that down there are lower than the axle anyway. So, and they never hit anything much, not that I know of. All right, I'll do that. I'll switch this off and I just got to come home. I just got to back a bit more and see whether she's going to hit in the middle here. Hopefully she won't. Be lovely if she didn't. If it is going to go close, I might have to just put a little bit of Teflon on the top of that and actually use it as a skid. I'll see. If it misses by a little bit, I might get away with using it. Okay. Now just wind her on. Now just got to drive forward again. Anyway, you'll get the gist of it. She'll just slide off and sit on those tyres. Okay, bit of an update. As you saw, I think, I'm not sure if I filmed it, I cut this one out. I put these couple of little bars off it now, and that spreads out and touches on the tyre and stops it wobbling. This one could have been a fraction longer. I might just have to grind a bit off the bottom. I've put a bit of bracing on top. I actually lifted the beam up about 10 mil. Wasn't going to go too much higher. Now I'm just going to go and fully weld it, and then I'm going to shove little blocks in here, just on the front and back there, just to give it a bit more support, because my on that galvo, my uphill welds, because there's a bit of gap there, is not going to be brilliant, and I haven't got a big enough clamp just to pull that. I could put a strap on it, I suppose, see if it pulls it across, but I've welded it in place now, so it ain't going to move. I'd rather just do as good as I can, get a few spots on it, and then I'll put those blocks in there to hold it. It's only got to hold the weight of that tyre. If you don't know how to weld, you weld lots. That's a bit like, no, that's not. Okay, so I'll cut a couple of bits of steel in half, put one on top. Oh, bugger. There was a hole there. I'll have to drill another one. That's all right. That's all right. Alrighty then. And I've just had the tyre in there. I should have showed you that. Fitted lovely. It just needs a bit of a grind up under here, just to take that leading edge off that, so it doesn't dig into the tyre. All right, I'll put this down. Yeah, just got to weld that in and she's done. Okay, I'll just keep going. I've just got to take the battery out of this GoPro, otherwise she overheats. Well, I'm finished. I've braced her all up, these bits of steel around her. I couldn't really get a good uphill vertical weld without burning the hole through the chassis. I don't know why. So I just put these bits around and welded underneath them, across the bottom and on the top. And now, just going to wind that tyre and see what happens. Here she goes up. Cool. You bloody beauty. Leave her on there and see how she goes. That's tighter. Beautiful. Is it? Yeah. Beautiful. What's she look like? Is she up a bit higher? Oh yeah, she's level, just leveled the axle, I reckon. Would have liked it bloody bit higher, but that's all the room I had, because I got to allow for the boat to come on. Oh yeah, she's just going to miss. Perfect. And even if she does just touch on it a little bit as she's coming through, doesn't matter, because she'll be up off it when you're driving. That's as high as I could get her. I probably should have made these things a fraction longer and a bit more curve on them to cover it, but that's all right. That's the springs. Oh well. Thanks for watching. It's just like I said, I'll just give you a run around. There she is in there. Put that spring in there so it's out of the road. Double lock nutted on a high tensile bolt. Out close to the edge. If it gives him any trouble, I might, if it looks a little bit too low, I might cut this off here. Cut the bolt off, or just not cut it off, but just grind him and get him out and lift him up 50-60 mil each side. That'll bring him up in the middle, but it's higher than the axle. Alright, that's another little job done. Now I think I've got to buy a electric winch and mount to the post one day. Yeah, she's just about cape ready. Might have to tighten a couple of bolts here just on my rubbers, just to and put a couple of new rubbers under them. There. Oh well, another couple of jobs done. Now I've got a spare spring and a spare flopping tyre with me for the specifically for the boat. How good. Afternoon everyone, Craig again. Tonk, sorry. I've got a little dilemma. I'm just worried these end of these, even though they're see how these go nice and past, they're not rubbing on the tyre in any way, both sides. So what I'm going to do is take the tyre out, extend these bits out, put a bit more weld on a couple. I must have missed by the look of it. And yeah, I got them down there already cut. All I got to do is grind them up and I'll sit them back in there. Just going to get this welded onto there so it sticks out past the tyre. And this one's nearly the right shape, so it just stays there. He can just go on there and he's going to miss the tyre too. And then that'll be a bit better, I reckon. If I really wanted to, I could extend them through and then onto the chassis and give it more strength back here. But oh, that's a bit of 4mm box and it's reinforced on the edges and plated in the middle. And she had a big trip last year and never shook her, so I might just weld there a bit more. Oh, when you're doing them you get sick of it welding, so you stop. But all right, I'm going to let that down and then I'll show you when it's finished and wind it back up. You watched it that far, thank you very much. I just got to put the tyre back on, wind him up underneath there, and hopefully that's sticks out far enough just to hold them tyres from wobbling. Okay, thanks very much for watching, catch you later. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you yeah, that's it. I don't know what I'm up to next. Yeah, got most things under control and just waiting to go north. Oh, looks like me shocky blew out. Huh, wonder how that happened. Oh well, looks like I've got to fix that while it's here. Always something with them. Yeah, she blew that rubber out somehow. Don't know how. Oh well. Another job. Catch us later.